Scotty doesn't know. Well, don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. Because of the Moonwalkers are having a wonderful day on this 5th June 2025. They're going to be talking about Kenny versus Penny. So they're going to be doing a bunch of videos. We're going to be showing you oh, we got a text. Okay, what's I got a text? Today we're going to be showing you the sunset. There's no sunset. I did a TikTok live not too long ago. There was no sunset, so I do apologize for that. However, if there was one, trust and believe I would show you. There's none. Anyway, enough with the talking. Let's go into the making content. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay. How to download this? Sorry guys, wish there was more. My apologies. Just need to connect to the internet a little bit. Charlie doesn't know. Charlie doesn't know. She tells him she's in church, but she doesn't go. So she's on her knees. Scotty doesn't know. Whoa, Scotty doesn't know. Whoa. No, I'm gonna call this. Dun, da, 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 dum. Dun, da, 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 dum. Chum, 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 chum. Tu, tu, tu. Tu, 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 tu. Okay, good. Scotty doesn't know. Whoa, Scotty doesn't know. Whoa, Scotty doesn't know. Yo, so don't tell Scotty. Did it on his birthday. Still she see me and it's on her birthday. Yeah, Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. But don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. We yo. So don't tell Scotty. Okay. Okay. What I could actually do. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Because I'm doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day on this 5th June 2025. Today we're doing more of Kenny vs. Penny Season 1 episodes. I'm so sorry again for the multiple ending. It's not... I have no excuses. It's just so warm outside, and I cannot go inside because inside is even warmer because I live in a building where everybody is sharing the same heat system, and some people are complaining that it's too cold because they're older. So inside is even worse. Outside is like 30, inside like 35. It's bad. It's bad. Anyway, gonna have my poutine. I was gonna do a TikTok live today, but I was like, no, I don't have time. I want to do this. Even now, we don't have time because I'm playing the tower more because that's the only thing I can do really. Because with playing the tower more, it takes a lot of space in the phone. Now it's very short. Okay. So now let's get right into the business. We are at season 1, episode 10. Who can win a beauty pageant? So very, very simple. Not the best episode, honestly. It's Kenny vs. Penny goes against a beauty pageant. Right, it's actually a really sad story for Penny because he doesn't like how he is. He doesn't like how he looks. He doesn't like his smile. On Kenny's part, he doesn't feel like he has talents. So to me, this was really interesting to see the flaws of both, the insecurity of both, because they're human beings, right? Human beings have flaws. So the funniest thing is, they go to shave their back. There's 3 competition, which is the swimsuit, which is the formal attire, and the talent. Spenny goes to do a dance, a tap dance talent, but Spenny switches shoes, and he switches shoes to a size too small, which is really uncomfortable for Spenny. So he kind of fucks it up. At the end, Spenny is the winner. So this has been season 1. There's 3 right away that Spenny won. So season 1 felt a lot more, sort of fair, sort of a mutual show versus later season that's all about Kenny, right? So not the most interesting. I don't even remember the humiliation. I don't think it's a big deal, but still. Who can win a series of any competition? So this was one of my favorite because there's so many competition. There's like bowling, there's like holding your breath, there's like dash, there's like wrestling, there's like karate. It's a really cool episode, really, really, really cool episode because it is like, okay, well, who is the best person overall? Best person overall isn't the person that's the best at one thing, is the person who is able to do the most out of most things. So for example, I'm great at this versus my friend who's really good at a bunch of things, right? There's some golden nuggets in here. For example, this one's actually pretty cool. For example, they're wrestling, and because they're wrestling, I don't remember if Kenny gets injured or Spenny gets injured, but that ends up being very, very important in the race. There's then the short sprint, something like that, and because one of them is injured, the other one ends up losing. There's a serious competition, for example. Some of them is so stupid because there's one of them or the Kenny came in and who can hold his breath under the water for the longest, and he puts his chest on the water, on the floor. So when he does like this, he doesn't have a lot of hair here, which is stupid. Just a series of comp. They go up against the tallest tower in Toronto, which is the coolest thing because that is the ending. At the end, it's not super interesting. It's just the factor. What I really like is there's some stairs, and who can climb them the fastest, or who can go down fastest. But they see something that could be a competition, and that's what they did. And it really feels like, okay, well, this is the mentality of the show. It's like it's constant competition. It's a constant occasion to prove you that I'm better. It's a constant way to not necessarily, well, kind of humiliate you, but more so that prove I'm superior to you. Glory for the winner, right? At the end, Kenny loses because he ends up cheating a lot more. So what happened is, Spenny had to go up and down, up the tallest tower in Toronto. As a humiliation, Kenny has to go to walk every step of the way. So it's a really good competition. It's really good. Who can put? Okay, good. Okay, we're in a series of mini comp. So now we have to go all the way back for season 12. Who was the best fashion designer? Who was the best fashion designer? By far, not my favorite episode is they put on the fashion show. So what is kind of cool is they both have their own ID. Kenny is like, I want to do something chaotic. Kenny is a lot for presentation. So in a lot of competition, what he'll come up with a name. So for example, this one is Chaos. He creates this character, this designer that doesn't last because it's fucking stupid. But he's a French guy, which is really funny. Because Kenny has a good understanding of French. Sacré Christ tabarnak. In the show, Kenny goes in and he has pretty girls. He puts them in bikini and skimpy tops, which is what we want to see, right? And the thing is, he come up with a lot of clothes. Come up with little clothes, which is really, really nice. Because at the same time, it's like, and ultimately speaking, it's not him. So for example, he'll take a bra that already exists and he'll put Band-Aid on it, right? Or he'll take beach volleyball and he'll put them as a bra, which I think is super smart. See, the weather is too warm again, but it's a lot better than today, so I don't really mind. I don't really mind because see, we've been filming for 50 minutes. If I have to do it every 50 minutes, I don't mind. So I'm gonna do this. I have to connect it to the Wi-Fi, because usually what I do is I'll only upload on one phone, but this one I'm going to be using my Wi-Fi, my personal Wi-Fi for the cell phone to upload this. Not the smartest thing to do, but I have no choice, because we've been posting like crazy. We're really posting like crazy. So in this one you got Spenny, and this one is completely a mess. What he does is he like, okay, well I want peace, so he puts flag together and he makes clothes out of flags, which ultimately speaking is a good concept on paper, but then the execution is very poor. In which ways? Well, the execution is kind of poor. Give me a sec. So TikTok live will go, today is the 6th 2025. Good. That's it. As simple as that. And because it's on the personal Wi-Fi, it'll take long. It won't take that much time, which is great. Which is really good. Okay, so Spenny does something, but again, with Spenny this is one of the example where Spenny complains a lot for no reason. So for example, he complains about Kenny not making his clothes versus Spenny that does. But Spenny is not making his clothes. He has a professional designer do it. He has a male model, right? And his male model quits. So that's kind of funny. At the end, Kenny wins because Kenny gets some champagne for the judges. Simple as that. And then Spenny has to do some streaking, I think. Or he has to rock around one of his clothes. Again, it's the factor. This is a competition when you really see why people don't like Spenny. Spenny has a good intention, of course, but he's a dick to his sous chefs, he's a dick to these models. Again, not a good move. Kenny has an idea of bringing world peace, but he's using people that don't believe in that. So for example, right, I go in and I'm like, hey, we're gonna be selling something. I got two teams. One team that are salesmen, and one team of people that believe in the product. Poutine. These are the next portion. I say, from the forward, this is the full portion. Oh yeah, the second team were people that believe in it. I can teach the people that believe to sell, but I cannot teach people to care. So, great idea. And Spenny often uses the fact that he's in a moral high ground to push himself above everything, right? So for example, you see Kenny work, right? And they both tease each other. I mean, this one, Kenny clearly worked. Kenny worked harder in competition than other competition. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm skipping a bunch of stuff, but last episode that I don't really like. Who can stay handcuffed the longest? Oh man, this one. So pretty simple competition. They have to be handcuffed the longest is a competition between Kenny and Spenny. Who can annoy the other one faster? So Kenny is horrible. He puts numbing cream. They can do like this and it hurts Spenny but not him. It'll play Gazoo, which is super annoying. It'll play video game, which is super annoying. It'll smell bad, right? This is competition. And Spenny thinks that he has will, and it's one of the first time where we see the behind the scene. So Kenny gives shit to Spenny because it's like, yo, you didn't plan anything. Why were your plan coming in? You had 50 minutes of playing the Gazoo, and that's it. And Spenny's like willpower. But most of all, it's really a case. It's really cool because they're smart. So for example, when you want to talk, they have this headphones. You cannot hear them. I think that's a cool way to do things, very low budget, which I like, because I talk about this often, but to me, there's nothing more inspiring than somebody like Outdoors Boys, who take his camera and just go out in the wild and say, yo, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do, and if you don't like it, fuck you, you know? I love this. I really do. To me, this is what it should be about. It's not about who's the best what, who's the best this. It's about doing a show with the least possible. I will always respect... See, this is actually crazy because I was talking about... This is not a planned segue. But I was talking about this with Spenny. Spenny just had a fashion show, and he basically just had the idea of putting flags together. Or Spenny right now, with his handicap competition, doesn't put in the effort. So then, the problem with Kenny is that he bugged Spenny for so long that Spenny is kind of immune to it. So it doesn't work. So then what happened is Kenny brings in Wolfish. So Wolfish was somebody that's... Okay, so Spenny had a friend. Spenny had a friend which was Wolfish, who he owed money to. So Wolfish lent him money to make a movie. Spenny told him, if the movie makes money, we'll reimburse you. Right? It's not fair. It's not clear if Spenny really said that or Spenny said, I'll pay you back, I'll pay you back, I'll pay you back. And Wolfish come back and said, you owe me money. And for the whole time, Wolfish is super annoying. What a characters, one of the worst characters that you can imagine. But the problem is he's annoying Kenny and he's annoying Spenny. So at the end, there's no hope for both of them. So it's very annoying. The only thing that they did, I think this is the episode, yeah. They do it like a birthday party, right? And Kenny forces Spenny to go to a birthday party for him, which Spenny fucking hates, and he hates it. So at the end, it's kind of a bullshit episode because at the end, Kenny winks at the camera. Because he winks at the camera, he wins, which I don't feel like it's right. Yes, Spenny was the one to unlock but they had a gentleman agreement, you know? That's kind of like a cheap win. But hey, a win's a win. The humiliation, I don't know what it is. I do not know what it is. And also the humiliation, what happened is, do you know the humiliation? For example, I know the skunk, I know that getting humped by a goat, I know the streaking, I know the baby, I know the pooping in the street, I know masturbation in front of your mom, I know the spanking with your mom, I know being a dog, I know eating a can of food, but I don't know in which order are. Like, I know the soldier, who's the best soldier, the guy gets puked on, but the rest I don't really know. Who can put on the best concert? This is one of my favorite episodes, but for the wrong reason. So it's once again it's the two characters completely different. Spenny is a musician, so see, too hot. It's okay. I don't mind as long as I post. But that's gonna be a problem because I only have 35 gigs of data on my phone. We used 15 before yesterday, so that's not good. But long story short, you have Spenny putting on the concert. He goes in for the old school. He goes in with the and once again, it's so fucking stupid. Because he goes in for the looks. This guy looks like a rock star. So because he looks like a rock star, I'm gonna hire him. But it doesn't really matter because he might look like a rock star, but he's not great. So he goes to the looks. He has his band. The coolest thing that's Spenny did was he actually showed up. He actually made a song, and he actually really put in the effort to perform. You gotta applaud that. Kenny, the best thing about Kenny is he's not a singer. He isn't a singer. It is so fucking cool. So we know Brandon. Brandon is the music. No. The audio tech guy of Kenny, because he's the audio tech guy of Kenny. He goes in and he writes a song. Don't forget the children. We are small and fragile. Da-da-da-da-da. Don't forget the children. Even go to school. What I really enjoyed, this one of the episode where there's a bunch of episodes, they're rare, of course, but there's a couple episodes where you got Kenny and you're asking yourself, is he a good guy or a bad guy, right? When this one of the episode that you think that he's a good guy. First of all, okay, so this is complex because to me, one of season one nicest moments is possibly Kenny and Brendan together, because Brendan is really talented. Brendan is really talented, and just a phenomenal moment of I honestly like the relationship between the two. So this one episode, you can tell that I like this episode more because of how much I remember from it. So in this one, there's a moment where they're on the studio and they're making music, and Kenny is writing song. Brendan is super talented, so Kenny is enjoying the music, and Kenny, the lyrics that he has are funny, so you can tell that Brendan is enjoying himself. So this is really cool because again, this is a nice chemistry between the two of them. There's not a moment like that on on Spenny's crew. There's not a single moment where you can see them enjoying the presence of each other, right? Versus this moment where you see that he cares about Brendan. So they create a song and they're laughing. But also what I really enjoy about this, really enjoy about this is, did we download it or not? I don't think I did. Ugh. It didn't work. 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 For fuck's sakes. Guys, I got so much to do. I don't want to keep complaining, but I got so much to do. If you guys knew how much... It's nuts. Okay, so focusing. So at the end, it sucks because I personally think the song is better. So then what ends up happening is they're making the song together. It's a really good time. It's really fun. Look at this. This is this morning, by the way. This is this morning. So they made a song. The Brendan song is really good. I think he would have won no matter what. So you go in and he does his spectacle. Wait, I'm sorry. That's not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say was that Kenny, yes, makes the music, but he even goes to his school, and in the school he's like, okay, well, how do you guys think we should do it? So it's really nice because he thinks the children do what they have. It's not a children, so it's a choir. Yeah, it's a choir. It's not a children band. It's a choir. So I thought that was really cool because again, it's a case of we're using children, but it's still something cool. They give them shirts which are too big for them. Give them this very little care. Now we got Spenny's side. Spenny, once again, like I said, he's gonna do this. He's gonna do his and I'm thinking in French that I don't know why. He's gonna do his audition, right, to find a group, and he finds it, and then Kenny finds the list of people, and he calls every single member. So with this tech guy, what he has is he's using things from the show, and he's using a recording of Spenny talking, and he's using a recording that says the show is cancelled, don't come. So that he calls every single member that he had, and he did that. So then Spenny goes up, and I gotta say, this is really sweet. The funniest thing is Kenny's gonna go buy some orchestra baguettes, so like this and like this, and he breaks them, so that's really funny because they're expensive as fuck. But there's more than that. There's a lot more than that. So for example, there's just this moment where Spenny comes in and he has no band, and he's like, well, I don't have a band, so what it's supposed to look like. So he goes to sing a song, there's no music, and then Kenny's Kid, because that's the name of the group, Kenny's Kid, they're booing him, right? And there's this really sweet girl that says best friends shouldn't fight each other. Best friends shouldn't fight each other. So it's really sweet because you got the view of the kids. Of course, Kenny loses. Spenny loses, Kenny wins. It's a really good episode. There's really good moments in there. Next on the list we have um, Who's the Best Parent. This is one that is really good. Who's the Best Parent is really, really fucking good. One of the shows that made me love Kenny versus Penny. The only thing I'm gonna say is it's a bit weird because they did show like who is the better parents versus who do kids like the most. To me, this is very similar. So and who can be the best parents? They both get a anatomic. They both get an anatomic replica of a baby. Now the funniest thing is, Spenny asks if the baby is organically, like if he has genitals. What a weird question to ask, but he asked it. That's really funny. So they both get babies. So the babies are super cool. They're babies that are meant for the what should we call it? They're babies that are meant for young parents to give them a. So it's a training tool. It is a training tool, but it's more so a tool to tell kids don't fuck without condoms. This is what's waiting for you. The girl that has the baby, she's a bit weird. She's really liking the baby. She likes her job, which is cool, but she's very intense. There's a couple of jokes that are fucked up. This is why Kenny or Spenny couldn't exist right now. Like for example, Spenny is like, oh, I wonder if it's gonna be a baby boy or a baby girl, and oh my god, this is so funny. But he says, I love them regardless of sex. I'll love them. And then Kenny says, I'll sex them regardless of love, which is super funny. And then Spenny tells him, yo, you can't make those jokes. So, this is kind of cool because this is the more humane, like, yo, I know you're trying to joke. I know this is bad quality, but please don't do that in front of her. She won't help us. So then they both have the baby. Spenny, this is the funniest. Honestly, this episode is great. Spenny already has a name for the baby, which is Alistair. Kenny's like, I don't fucking know. Kenny Jr. Right? It's so fucking funny. But so fucking funny. It's incredible. So they have the baby, and right away, Kenny doesn't take care of it. He slaps it around. He makes it cry. He makes him drink coffee. Super fucking funny. It's super fucking funny. It's crazy funny. Because it's a baby, it's a doll. So then, what happened is, Kenny is looking for a way to kill the baby because the baby sleeps a lot. So right away, as soon as it starts, Kenny, oh my god, this is bad to say. People are gonna clip this. And the place where they explain how the doll work. They're both a chips and a bracelet. This was in 2003, remember? So they're both connected via a chip, and said chip will be connected for purposes of, I don't fucking know. It's complex. This chip will have like an ID that's related. You see, I don't even know, but basically each baby has their own chips, and it's recording information in the bracelet. So all that Kenny had to do is exchange the bracelet and the baby, right? So right away Kenny started treating the baby like shit. He screams at it, he slaps it, give him coffee, burps in his face, and Spenny is like outraged. It's like, yo, this is not pretty. There's a moment that's really sweet, because the baby of Kenny constantly sleep, because Kenny wants to kill the battery, right? He said, no matter what, I'm gonna kill the battery, that way Spenny looks bad, not me. So then there's a moment where Spenny taking care of his baby, really taking care of him. He makes him burp, he feeds him. Kenny doesn't give a shit. And then you hear Kenny says, shut the fuck up. And then Spenny, they interviewing Spenny, and he said, what do you think about how Kenny's treating his baby? And Spenny says something along the line of, I'm hearing profane language, I'm hearing some bad word. It's not pretty. Right? And he really believed in himself. So the whole time it's about taking care of the baby, like I said, changing Kenny is able to find a kill switch, which kills the baby right away. Kenny goes in and he trades the he trays a baby. The babies are not doing their nights. They're constantly screaming. So it's weird that it didn't scream. And Kenny's like, no, it's not weird. Mine didn't scream either. Spenny's like, okay, no problem. So they go in. And the funny thing is, oh my god, it's so bad. Kenny takes out the head, puts on his head. Kenny takes a bungee rope and throw the baby off a bridge, which is stupid, but it's funny. And then he says, before you give me shit, before you really give me shit, one of the best speech that he does, so he does his speech, he said, before you give me shit, it's a fucking plastic doll. Kenny does this best thing. So, for example, there's this oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. There's this competition who can produce the more semen, which is normal for dudes because producing semen or sperm counts is a proof of virility, right? If you're manly, you're gonna have a bunch of children, right? If you're not manly, it's this is not my opinion, but you know what I mean. Even some people, this actually happened, and it's a bad thing. I had this ex-girlfriend, right? And her dad had 4 daughters, and her dad and her mom, they separated, and then the new stepfather, was making fun of the old dad because the old had daughters. He said, look at me, I have 4 boys, you have 4 daughters. I'm more men than that. So it's a bit, Spenny just take care of that, and the best speech that he does is they do who can produce the most semen, and then he reads radiation from the phone from computer. It doesn't help with semen production, so he steals this machine that produces radiation. I don't think he really steal it. I don't think that's true, and he put it on Spenny's crotch. And then he said, before you give me shit, if Spenny gets sick, are you gonna be there to take care of him? No, I'll be there. Yes, I'm making him sick, but if something happened, I'm there, you know? And that was really sweet, in a fucked up way. So they go to the baby factory, right? And they're joking about how babies are made and shit like that. And then it's so funny because Kenny presents Alistair. And the girl, she tells him, hey, you didn't burp him this amount of time, you didn't feed him this amount of time, you didn't change the diaper of time. And Spenny, which is the father of the baby, says you're a monster, you're a psychopath. When he made those mistakes, and then the baby was dead, and then they're like, well, what do we do? So I think they cancel the competition because the baby is dead. But it's like Kenny's like, what did you do? Why did you do? And it's super funny. Because again, this is the competition itself is going to be being a fuck up and making horrible jokes. But it's more than that. Is how can I win the competition while he does the work? And this is brilliant. So yeah, so he traded the doll, and the lady, she's shook, she's shaken. Like, I cannot believe the baby is dead. This is as dead as it can be. What happened? And she's really worried about the baby. It's a fucking doll, right? Then again, you know, to each their own, right? So yeah, so super cool competition, super cool moments. Not my favorite episode, but something that I really, really laughed about. Like, for example, there's this really funny scene where Kenny goes to give a kiss to the baby, and he pushes the baby down he pushes the baby. Oh, what did he do? Oh shit! I didn't do it. Oh, okay, I did it well. Okay, never mind. We're good. So in this scene, Kenny comes in and he gives a kiss to the baby like that. And then the funniest thing is the baby falls on the stairs, which is not a real baby. It's like, my baby. It's super funny. And then the worst thing is, like, yeah, this is moments where you ask yourself, how is this real? Because when you think about it critically speaking, Kenny saw the abuse. Kenny saw the abuse that Kenny was doing, and there was no problem. So how does that work? Yeah, and there's this funniest thing. There's this really, really, really fucking funny thing where Spenny's taking care of the baby and tell him, what are you gonna do with your baby? And Kenny said, I'm gonna go to the park with him, right? And at the park, it's super funny because he throws the baby in the sand. He's really rough up the baby, which is nuts. But and then Spenny says, what park? And Kenny asks him, why do you ask? And then Spenny says, and he says, maybe the kid can play together. And Kenny's like, yeah, okay. The funny thing is, when Kenny gives shit to the baby because he's there and he's insulting him, shut the fuck up. Yo, Kenny goes onto the baby, the plastic, and it's like, you're stupid, you'll never do anything. And then, and then Benny's like, don't listen to Kenny. Don't listen to Kenny, don't listen to Kenny Jr. He's a bad baby. It's really cool. Now we have episode, the next one, which is actually episode what? Episode 615. 16. Okay. 16. Who does kid like more? So this is. I was not saying that this is a bad episode. I was not saying that this is a bad episode. I'm just saying, the way they put it is weird because you wouldn't put these two together. Who the bad kid and who is the better parents, right? They're very similar. So then, so like, okay, well, this is a weird choice, whatever. So you have kids, it's a group of kids, and it's who they like better. As simple as this. I'm doing a shit job at recapping. Let's restart, right? You have a show, there's a bunch of kids, it's like who they like the most. So Kenny, right away, he bribes them. He said, if I win, I'm gonna get a gift. I'm gonna give you guys a gift. And what he does is he gives them candy, and he takes them to to Chuck E. Cheese, which is Five Nights at Freddy, Chuck E. Cheese. And he just have fun with them. It's a really cool moment. They play arcade, they have pizza, he makes them a giant ball of ice cream. It's really funny because he takes a scoop of ice cream, which is humongous, and he drops it, and he's like, oh, fuck. And he's like, wow, you know? And then they watch a movie, and then Kenny is smart. Kenny goes in, and he gives them so much sugar. And then Kenny, he knows that Spenny's gonna get the kids, like, let's say they're gonna get them at 12 o'clock. So at 11:55, he said, let's go watch a movie. This is a super secret movie. Nobody has seen it yet, but I know people in Hollywood. So the kid's like, wow, oh my god. So then Spenny comes in. Spenny comes in, and they don't want to watch a movie. And it's fun because they say Uncle Kenny, Uncle Spenny. It's really sweet. So Spenny says, I have mathematic exam, which is not, it's not true. He ends up doing a treasure chase. And this kind of, for fuck's sakes, you see, right away, seconds in, I cannot film Nature Corn. Forget about it. I can't. I just can't. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Which sucks because I want to film both. I want to film Nature Corn and I want to film The Tower. That's it. That's all. It sucks because, you know, when you plan to do things and they don't work. It's life, but still at the same time you would like them to work. Maybe I'm crazy. So yeah. Oh, I made a mistake here. You go into this wild goose chase to find a treasure, and there's Buggy the Pirates. There's a treasure hunt. It's not because Spenny really put in the effort. He hired a guy that had experience. He created a script. He really put in the effort. He really, really did. And it doesn't do shit. But then at the same time, Spenny, when he does the treasure hunt, he loses a kid, which is not his fault because the kid went away. But like, this is on you, right? This is on you. And there's a pirate, and what I love is like, oh, there's a pirate that coming after my treasure. One of the little girls, she's like, pirates aren't real. It's like, yeah, they're real. No, they're not. And then like, well, if you don't want to play the game, you don't play the game. And it's fucking funny because Kenny gave them candy, and while they're doing the activity, they're eating the candy. And then Spenny says, if you want to eat candy, or you want to do activity, do activity. So then at the end, they have a good solution. They find a treasure, which is a bunch of toys, Dollarama toys, but still super nice. And then when it came time to choose, everybody but one person voted for Spenny. The kid that voted for Spenny was the honest kid. The other one just wanted the gift. They wanted the gift. You can see one of them is like the gift, which is super sweet. So then what happened is they opened the box and say, hey, it's empty, because he didn't have. Kenny spends a lot. Kenny is not a saver, he's a spender. Spenny is a saver, I guess. So then Kenny makes them believe that Spenny was the one that stole the gift. Spenny loses. And he feels bad about it. Kenny says, I feel bad about it. 17, who is the strongest? Who is the strongest is possibly one of my favorite, if not my favorite episode. Ooh. I don't remember, is this the one with Miriam? Because it might be who can lift more. Who's the strongest is what? Who is the strongest? Kenny. Versus Spenny. This is how little the show is. You think it's huge? No, it's not huge. Nobody knows about this show. Okay, so what is it? Okay, good. It's the one with Miriam. So this is where, and that's a cool thing. It's a cool thing, but it's not a cool thing. Oops. You see, I'm already out of storage. Am I out of storage? I don't know. No. Super slow. This one is faster. We've been recording for 45 minutes already, which is pretty good. Which means 36. Okay. So, are we done here or not? I think you're done. You seem done. Processing up to HD. Good. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do another one. We have 4 more days till the cycle continue, first of all. And I got 4 more days until we get something new. The something new is a new okay. Nature corn. Is a new yeah. I am so sorry guys, it's because I'm working a lot. There's something new is a new like a new plan for internet, so it's easy, it's better. Downloaded, check the live replay on your device. Good, it downloaded. So perfect, that's good. Okay, so long story short, always the strongest one of my favorite episode. Oh fuck, what did I do? Holy shit. Give me a sec, that's not good. Because I have I think you can see tits. Okay, I'm not sure though. Okay. If it is, I think you can see tits. It won't be long. 14 seconds. I have to restart. Yeah, you can see tits. Shit. Okay, that's not good. Let's do it X recorder. God damn it, god damn it, god damn it, god damn it. This is what you do. This is what happened when you work so hard. And again, I'm not trying to get you guys to be like, oh my god, he's such a cool guy. No, but still. And I'm gonna show you. We're doing a lot. You're still uploading though. It's uploading pretty quickly. But the thing is, you're uploading like 3 gigs at a time, and I got 35 total, so I don't have that much. It's gonna be edit video. So good. So who's the strongest? What is the coolest? Which is also kind of not good, is that you see the life of the 2 guys. So you met Miriam, and who's the better cook, right? You guys remember Miriam, the sister of Kenny. So we have Miriam, and so basically it's a 2 competition of it's really good episode. One of my favorite episodes ever. It's super important too. So you see, so far we saw Kenny spend a lot of time with his mom, Now we see him spend a lot of time with his sister, Miriam, his younger sister, by the way. So the competition is they're both gonna bench press, right? So they have this course of who is the strongest. So Kenny's like, I don't even have to compete. My sister will beat you. And then Spenny, because he's a dumbass, he says, okay, there's no problem. I'm gonna go against your sister. So Kenny laughed. He's like, I've been preparing this for months, but Spenny doesn't realize that he's fucked up because if you win, you win against a woman. Big deal, you know? And he literally said that if I win against a woman, big deal. But if I lose, everybody's gonna make fun of me, right? So he goes to I'm gonna talk about Spenny way of doing things because I think it's super simple, and I really want to take my time with Miriam and Kenny. So he goes in, and he's like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? So he'd ask a wrestler, how can I get more strength? So the wrestler's like, you gotta get it in rage. That rage will make you stronger. So he pushes somebody to bully Spenny. They push him, they're bullying Spenny, which is fucking funny. Oops. Getting mosquito bites. So then it doesn't work. And then when Spenny goes in, he goes to train, right? And so I have to go with Kenny first, but I'll just finish with this. He thinks that Miriam is a lot stronger than he is for some reason that I'm not able to talk about right now. I'm gonna have to use the Wi-Fi, which will make this one slower. I have no choice. Otherwise, it won't give me an ad to relief. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Eteria Restart, we could be playing it. It sounds good. It looks fun. So, Spenny does the first day of the gym. Yes, she was like, yo, she's been lifting for 3 weeks, but she's a woman. It's like, well, if she's been lifting weight for 3 weeks, she's gonna be stronger. Now, Spenny, which is a spark of genius, spark of fucking genius. And then it's such a sweet episode. He goes in. I don't call Penny a genius often, but when he deserves it, he deserves it. So what he does is he pretend like he got injured lifting a weight, right? So he lift the weight, and then there's a little bit of a situation. Okay, so this is it. This is the 329. Let's do this one. Perfect. Saved. You're gonna see how fast it goes. It'll go super close. Or super fast, I guess. Depending on how you speak English. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back and screen record the tower again. We're gonna be doing the tower. We're gonna come here, gonna go here, gonna go split screen with you. You're gonna go with camera. Good, it's working. It's working, baby. It is working. So Spenny gets injured, he cannot compete. And then because he cannot compete is a technical KO versus a knockout. It's like, okay, well, this was the smartest thing you could have done. Then Kenny's side, which is the most fun. Kenny, and you see, even though they kind of say that Spenny lost, and Spenny forfeit, which is a lost. Okay, so that's not true. There's a rule in Kenny versus Spenny is if you decide not to perform, if you cannot compete, you lose. If you don't show up, you lose. So Spenny don't show up. So then the side of Kenny, he's been using Miriam, so he's gonna pretend like Miriam is using steroids. This is where we meet Ronnie, and Ronnie's like, yo, I'm gonna give you empty vials of hormone. So gives Kenny empty vials of hormones, which Kenny hides in the fridge, which Penny finds. Penny is looking, it's like, oh my god, this is hormone. She's taking steroids. This is nuts. This is crazy. Which is really funny because she's not. And then you have Ronnie, who's like, he's calling the phone. He's like, please stop giving that stuff to Miriam. It's dangerous for her. Call me back immediately. Which again is the family of Kenny. That helps him, which is really sweet. With Miriam, they still do something, and the funniest thing is Miriam, even though she wasn't training, she still ended up lifting more than fucking Spenny. And it's bullying because what he does is he puts a lot of weight. What he does is he puts it on Miriam, so Miriam, she's kind of stuck. She can't move. What he does is he gives her a slap like this. He gave her a slap like this, which is really funny. There's another scene where he's eating a sandwich, and he shows what he's eating, and Miriam's like, you're doing like mom does. and she laughs, and then she's super nice. And Miriam's like, I'm gonna. The funniest thing is, there's a moment where, you can tell that they're really close because there's a moment where they're play fighting, and Kenny punches Miriam not super hard, and then she punches him back, and then it really hits, and he looks at the camera like, oh my god, she did it, just like a kid would do, which is really sweet. Then there's the moments where they're training, they're going to eat roast beef for protein. It's really, really sweet. Then Kenny's like, why do you think Spenny is so easy to annoy? And then, like I told you, she said, well, he never had siblings to bully him. Doesn't know how to react. That's it. Which is the truth, by the way. So it's super funny because this is the reality. They're just training. They're doing a photo shoot where she's lifting, and Kenny puts in, and it's so fucking smart because Kenny puts in some support, which are supporting the weight. But in the picture, their picture is so close, you don't see the outside. You don't see that there's something here, right? So it looks like she's lifting. And then when he does, he's super smart. He takes bandages, which are skin color, and he put them around her biceps so she looks stronger. And then Miriam's like, "What do you put that?" And then he's like, "Because your arms smell like shit. Shut up." And it's so fucking funny. So then he takes picture. Kenny thinks that he's he's going against somebody that's been training hard, has been working out. And the funniest thing is, Kenny hires a female wrestler, and they go to bully him. And he's like, "Oh, you think you can win against a girl, right? You think you can beat against a girl?" And it's so fucking funny because they're intimidating Spenny. They're like, "Oh, you think you can beat a girl?" And then Spenny says, "No, I don't think I can beat every girl. I'm finding someone, and it ends up being a girl. I don't think I can beat every single girl." So Spenny get bullied, and it's really funny. It's a good episode. It's a really good episode. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, oh my god, how can I forget about this? The humiliation. Spenny receives a atomic wedgie. And it's super fucking sweet because Maria comes in, and Miriam, it's like a younger sister. She says the humiliation, and she's talking about it. And Kenny at first, he's like, "I'm gonna say it," but then Miriam comes in and she says it, and Kenny lets her talk, and she's looking at this camera and she's smiling, which is really fucking sweet. You can tell that she loves her brother, and you can tell that he loves her too. You know, which is something we need. When I see that, this is when, because technically I don't have siblings, I'm more like Spenny, you know. Who is the strongest? Who made the most convincing woman? This is actually a crazy episode. This is a crazy episode. So they both cross dress. So it's super simple. Kenny goes into a place where they make him look like a woman. They give him fake tits. They give him fake ass. He really looks like a woman. Spenny, she goes in for more the character. So he meets like I don't know who she is, to be honest, but femininity. So they're talking about his career, talking about his marriage. They make up this life. They make up this personality. They change his voice. They change his clothes. He actually does a really big job. Like he has this. He creates fake card for his business. He's a woman publisher, something like that, and he has kids with his ex-husband, which are divorced. But then Kenny is Penida and Kenyatta, or Penida and I'm pretty sure it's Kenida. Too hot again. Fuck. That's pretty much it, to be honest. So they prepare themselves. Well, and then we have the supper. So Spenny, once again, Spenny doesn't have a tactic. He just wants to compete, which is admirable. But what are you doing? Kenny invites Spenny's uncle to the supper. It's like, "Hey, we're having a supper. Want to come?" And his uncle come, and he sees Spenny cross dressing. It's like, oh, it's kind of fucked up, right? So they ask questions. The girls are super nice, super lovely. It's super funny because Kenny actually does some research, and he goes to see different girls. He did the famous "give me a kiss on the cheek," and then he turned and he kissed them. And then he found one of the prettiest girl. I'm so sorry, but the prettiest girl in my opinion over there. He tried to kiss her, and she's like, "No way, I'm not gonna kiss you. You're trouble." And like, yeah, she's smart. She's smart. So this was the girl that he would have liked, you know. So I goes in. I'm fucking starving. It is good though. Good poutine. Good soup. Holy shit. You're so slow. Something is wrong. It's not working. I'm gonna stop this video after this episode and then we'll see what's wrong because something is going on. It's not uploading correctly. And it's taking so fucking long. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up, but it's bugging me. So they have the supper, it goes well. He's a bitch. He says horrible thing, like for example, she say, "How did you meet your husband?" She said we were at the grocery store. We were both looking for lime. We were both looking for lemon. No, it's the opposite. She said we were both looking for avocado. And Kenny's like, and Spenny does pick the lemon. It's really funny. She's really bitchy. Kenna plays the girl that needs money, like the classic gold digger, the classic trophy wife. Right? And then they end up fighting a lot. And one of the women, she said, "How do you guys live together if you're fighting this much?" Again, it's like the kids were saying that, the women were saying that, you know. So, a super good episode. Really, really nice. Delicious. Delicious. So, where was I? The episode it's nice, but it's kind of boring because it's just Kenny making fun of Spenny, and it's really funny. And Spenny's just like he's trying to besmirch my character, trying to assassinate the character that I created. Okay, Spenny. Kenny loses. His humiliation. He has to wear his Kenny that costume, and he has to pretend to be a hooker. And that's it. And that's it, episode. See you soon for more. I'm so slow. 3 hours, shut the fuck up. It's not possible. It's not possible. Why is it so slow? Okay. So now you have to come here. Okay. And you have to come. Oh, no storage.
Donne à quelqu'un ici, moi. Je te dois-tu quelque chose, moi, Yuki? Je sais pas si c'était méchant ta phrase, mais si ça l'était pas, formule-la, parce que parler de même, c'est pas vraiment smart. cochonnier qui m'invite, là. Bon.
Il fait.
Jamais à l'heure, toi, le tonton, hein?
Il fait 4 minutes, je suis là. Reste tranquille.
Reste tranquille.
Les jeudis soirs et chug.
Je te parle, toi, écoute-moi.
Il pleure déjà. Ah, ça sera pas long, son affaire. On va faire pleurer. Ça fait 3 jours que je suis pas là. Imaginez-vous.
Hey, je te le dis, Vic, parle-lui sur un autre ton.
Inquiète-toi pas, on va vous parler vraiment mal.
Ça, les dames, mon tabarnak.
On n'a pas de win. Parfait, 0-0 les wins. Tout le monde ensemble. Tout le monde ensemble.
La personne qui s'ennuie de toi, ici, le gars, là.
Dans l'écran, tout le monde.
Hey!
Pas qu'on partage. Let's
Hey!
do it, esti. Je veux tout le monde en forme ici, t'asseoir.
Il y a personne qui s'est ennuyé de toi, ici,
Sur sa vie.
Tu vas-tu m'écouter, mon tabarnak? Merci, Charles. Attends, resser un peu ses cheveux.
On t'es pas prête, mais comment dire combien sa chaîne à vaut une demi-boîte de céréales, beau.
Je me demande qu'est-ce que t'aurais de l'air avec un collier dedans autour du cou. Tu fermerais peut-être plus ta gueule. T'aurais plus le goût de la rouvrir, je te le jure, mon enfant.
Mon gars, je t'ai manqué mon garde-robe.
Oh, je te gèle, man. Ça me fait chier, je te défonce les
Ouais,
dents.
ton petit poing qui ressemble à un cendrier, je vais te le faire bouffer, man, puis vomir.
Oh, je te le jure. Change de ton avec moi, tu cherches-moi pas, je te le dis, mon tabarnak.
Gang, ça va prendre 3 personnes avec une rose, man.
C'est vrai que
Tout le monde ensemble, j'espère que vous êtes prêts, Ben.
Oh, Rose, le fendez-moi les sérieux, parce que c'est pas vrai que je vais l'entendre me parler de mal.
Let's go. Oui, Canel, oui, Qatar, il en manque une, on l'a eu, let's go.
Il en manque 2, gang, let's go. Il en manque une, on parle.
C'est stylé, Qatar.
Hey, ok, Nick, là, toi, tu penses-tu que t'es quelqu'un parce que t'es sur TikTok, là, tu penses à quoi, là? Michael Dachnik, ta face de cul, tu penses à quoi? T'as l'air à vivre dans un démonture, tu devrais prendre la ta gueule.
On est 120, let's go, tout le monde. Merci Alex avec les donuts dans le x3, tout le monde ensemble.
Fois-toi, la gang, let's get it. Ah, Alexandre, let's go! Pow!
Gang dans le x3.
Faut que j'ai trop de chocolat.
Oui, mon
On fait
homme!
10 wins faciles sur cette
Hey, décalisse de l'écran, toi, tu
Tout le
peux
monde
pas
dans le
jouer
x3.
là-bas, là.
Tout le monde dans le x3,
Hey,
montre ici.
Faut que j'ai prendre du chocolat noir, c'est juste meilleur pour la santé.
Jouer Alexandre? Tout le monde ensemble. Qui dit sur nous aussi, il fait pas le coup. Ok, oh, on a mis un x5. Alva qui a mis un x5 minimum des donuts. Tout le monde ensemble, minimum des donuts. Oui, Alex, oui.
oh my. Hey, c'est du temps.
C'est gros Alex. Tout le monde ensemble. Ouais, peut-être on fera un live demain à un moment donné.
Hey, merci, man.
Et Alva. Oui, Alex, on est à 200 points, 150 points de lui.
Ah oui, il est alcoolique, il est drogué aussi, il fume comme un fou.
Oui, Alva, oui.
Okay. Okay, let's go. I got a good show tonight. I got a good show tonight. Okay. What about you? You're gonna come here. See everybody that's live, holy shit. Want to support Anna. How do you learn language, yo? Sheesh. Good. Well, a little battle.
Quand on est 150 dans le vidéo, il y a un papier. Oh, yeah! Oh, c'est pas assez, il n'y a pas de oh, yeah, c'est bon. Il n'y a pas de stress, il n'y a pas de stress, fais-moi les dons, les esti. Là, mon lit, en fond, gang, faites attention, c'est pas un gars, c'est tapoté, ça se fait, vous avez pas tout tapoté, à cause, ça va devenir un 40 points, oui. Dans une femme, les chiens, on va plus aller dans 11 points. Un petit point, gang, tapoté, oui, Jojo, que tout, on a fait du coup. Faut monter du compte, faut monter du compte.
Oui, esti, ferme ta gueule, décalisse! Décalisse! Tu parleras pas de même à tes filles, tu parleras pas de même à mon monde, mon tabarnak, t'as-tu compris? Monsieur linge de chaîne avec ton esti de chaîne de Dolorama, décalisse! Décalisse! Merci, Sylvie, check ça, c'est dans ta face. Pédale! Décalisse! Gros décalisse, je te le dis, chaudier, décrisse! Moi, t'en crisser rien qu'une, tu vas dormir sur le parquet. Moi, ta crise de canne de soupe de tomate, là. Regarde ce que je fais. Regarde ce que je fais. Regarde ta face de camp, chien. Hey! Décrisse!
Oh.
Décalisse! Tu parleras pas de même à tes filles, tu l'as-tu compris, celle-là? À Sylvie non plus, tu vas porter resto au monde, mon tabarnak de chien bâtard. Merci, Sylvie. Esti, hein, Sylvie, elle se calisse de moi, tu sais, Sylvie est en train de me faire gagner. Le Christ, let's get it, boum! Hein?
The Wi-Fi is so bad.
Deuxième victoire pour Max Boy. Fuck you, Chris de vidange.
Ah, this guy's pas là. MVP Tritri, merci Tritri.
Chien bâtard.
MVP là-dedans.
Merci, Sylvie, merci, Charles, merci,
Tu as changé de bord.
merci de tout. Merci, Carmel, merci, les tapateurs.
T'as trouvé les 4 cadeaux, mon boy, j'ai vu ça dans la story, gros. T'es prêt, quoi?
Pourquoi tu... People text me, I don't know you. I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know you. Calculating. 21. $15. That's not a big deal. Fortnite event.
Changer de bord et en envoyer d'autres. Parce que nous autres, on est prêts. 31 000 likes en combien de temps? 17 minutes. On drive encore plus, s'il vous plaît. Ben, ils l'ont eu. Le plus de score, on va parler, oubliez pas. Si se met à parler, c'est parce qu'on a plus de score. Tout le monde ensemble, dans le x3, Faut gagner les matchs pour gagner les 300 gâtés. On est 160 prêts à gagner, j'espère. What's up, David? Tout le monde ensemble dans le x3. Everybody. Gang.
Let's go, ta gueule, décalisse! Sylvie, t'as-tu fermé ta gueule? T'as-tu compris? Merci, Sylvie! C'est quoi, 3 gang, on le démonte! Ah, c'est bon, je peux parler. Let's go, merci, DC, merci, Charles, let's go! Merci, Sylvie! Hey, bande ta gueule, t'as un araignée dans la face, t'as l'air d'une toile, l'écrisse! Je te peinturerai même pas tellement t'es laid, décalisse!
Mm.
Ça, c'est super bon. Super grosse tomate. Oui. D'ailleurs, arrête de chuchoter, tabarnak. Monsieur Thomas, de l'autre côté, je vous demanderai s'il vous plaît, monsieur Heinz, de fermer votre gueule. Décaliste, je te dis, attends pas. Ouais, Capitaine Thomas. Un gars veut pas se permis de conduire, quand il sait sa blonde se prélève partout parce qu'il est pas capable de se chauffer. Le gars, il va être là, il va voir un petit bar. Vous savez même où on va. Décaliste. Hey, je te le dis, Charlier, quand tu vas être capable de donner un coup de pied comme du monde, tu pourras parler. Décris! Quand tu vas jumper dans le téléphone, tu vas te ramasser l'autre bord, man.
Gang, je peux pas faire un crise de son.
Yeah, t'as pas le droit de parler. C'est ça que oui, ici. Oui, on le sait déjà. C'est sûr que ça snipe l'autre bord. On va se faire péter nos deux wins. Direct, là, check ça. Je mets là-dedans. Et voilà. Tablon. Remarquez, quand chez Wiki est là, il n'y a pas de.
Petu, le
Il
S.
n'y a pas de Wiki quand chez lui est là, avez-vous remarqué?
L'arriéré, oui.
Merci Charles, merci DC, merci le Chris, merci les tapoteurs. Et puis,
Je
la classe.
respecte parce que des 3 points, super apprécié, vous. Puis Julie, man. Gang, il y a 4 minutes et demie de tapotage. Gang, on est 160, ça prend du monde motivé. Plus qu'on avance dans le ring, gang, c'est plus que on a entendu, puis on va monter encore plus vite.
Ça coûte cher,
Quand t'es pas là, faut qu'on avance tout le monde ensemble, puis qu'on monte, puis qu'on monte, puis qu'on monte.
Ah, monsieur Patate, c'est plus que Thomas.
Moi, je suis du ring, puis soit c'est tout le monde. Let's do it, c'est tout ce que je vous demande à la famille. À 4 minutes et demie, là, on est à.
On peut-tu tapoter comme des malades dans l'écran, gang, parce que si son score est en moi à 4,5, je peux plus parler. Tapoter, gang, je pourrais plus parler. Oh, let's go, Charles. Pow!
Utilisez le fois trop. Utilisez
C'est
le fois
encore
trop.
mieux, ça.
Tout le monde.
Let's fucking go.
À 160, si vous tapez
Mais non, mais ici, c'est bien good. On mute pour l'instant. Hey, bonne nuit, Sylvie. Merci d'être passé. Merci beaucoup de ton support, j'apprécie.
Oui, Albert! Let's go, petit cœur d'équipe! Oui, mon Albert, let's go! T'sais, tabarnak, Albert! Let's go, mon boy! On déchaîné parce que tu fais depuis super temps passé, mon frère. Tu m'as apprécié, je m'avais vu cette semaine, mais j'ai pas été là pendant 3 jours.
Aïe, aïe, aïe.
Ça fait mal aussi.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Pendant 3 jours, on va passer dans l'autre live, on va manger de l'autre durant 3 jours, et on va regarder. Là, je me donne un 7-8 jours sans merci, Marie, super.
It's okay.
Un 7-8 jours au moins sans prendre.
Bon, gang, je peux plus parler, Carlis.
Le nouveau classement du mois d'agent, j'ai déjà manqué 3 jours en commençant, ça va pas mal. Thank you, je veux baby gang. Est-ce qu'on va parler? Faites attention, il nous attrape. Faites attention.
50%, no problem.
Carlis.
Non, tu peux plus faire de ta crise. On attend le x3, guys. On attend le x3. 90 points d'équipe. Tout le monde ensemble. Le plus petit score pour le parler, on est 150, man.
Charles, merci mon Charles. Charles, il a activé ça comme un chef. Charles, il veut que Charlie parle sa colisse de gueule. Charles, il veut pas t'entendre. T'as-tu compris? Il veut pas. Non, il n'y a pas de oui. C'est non. Charles, il a dit non. Et dépassez Charles, puis après, vous allez pouvoir parler comme là. Vous pouvez même pas encore. Il manque une rose. Bon, là, vous pouvez.
Hello?
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing good. Fuck, what a warm day.
Oh, yes.
You think it was worse than yesterday or better than today?
No, better than yesterday.
Mama,
Yeah.
we have a fucking miracle. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. J'ai reçu la fucking fan aujourd'hui.
Carmel, merci.
Perfect. Okay.
I receive it. It's really nice. It's very quiet. It's really nice. I didn't put it at the highest function,
Okay.
so I don't know how good it is, but it's working. How are you? Doing good?
Okay. So through the other one.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's already in the garage. I'm not gonna no. I put it in the garage because I don't know when the garbage is gonna come.
Okay. Perfect.
You understand?
Yeah.
How are you? Doing good?
Okay. Everything is okay.
Maman,
Yeah.
j'ai une bonne nouvelle.
What?
J'ai vraiment bonne nouvelle, maman. You're gonna freak out.
What?
You have I possibly have a job.
Where?
C'est à Mont-Royal.
Québec, hein?
C'est une compagnie de réfrigération.
Okay.
So basically what you have to do, c'est encore une fois c'est l'inventaire.
Okay.
C'est beaucoup d'inventaire. Fait que tu te promènes. You see the product, you have to make sure that Oh my god, c'est long à expliquer là, but I'm gonna make it short, ok? C'est rotation de produits.
Okay, okay.
You go in the fucking fridge, you check the date, okay? You throw away what's not good. And what you have to do is, for example, right? For example, I have a shelf in front of me. There's products that are due the 12th of June,
Okay,
and there's product that's the 25th of June. I have to make sure that the product that are the 12th June are in front of the 25th. That way we
Okay, yeah.
avoid losing.
yeah, yeah.
From what I understand, I'll be in the fridge. There's also a job for the camion, to fill the camion, but I don't know if I'm gonna be here right now because so what's going on is le camion, ça paye plus.
Anyway, whatever it is.
It
just
makes
say-
more cash for people they wanted that. It's by the way, I didn't tell you, but c'est pas moi, hein.
C'est bon.
Mais c'est Jacob.
Okay.
He told me, hey, you want this place? C'est à Mont-Royal. Are you familiar with the Orange Julep?
Oui, c'est très facile.
Yeah, there's de la Savane, there's buses, there's metro,
Yeah.
there's two metro, there's du Collège
Oui.
and de la Savane.
Oui, oui.
So on the same street, you got du Collège, you got la Savane, and the place is in between. There's Wendy's there, there's a Julep.
Yes.
So it's
yes,
right there.
Yeah.
So super fast. Today I went in for an hour and two, and it's more serious because today they made me come from 10 to 12.
Okay, perfect.
I didn't work, I'm not gonna get paid, but they want me to check the place, they want to meet me first.
Okay, perfect.
So that's it, c'est ça, c'est juste ça. Je commence le 7 juin.
Oh, good. Ça, c'est un lundi, je pense, c'est ça?
Oh, I don't know.
It doesn't matter, okay.
So
Et ça à quelle heure?
C'est de 7h du matin jusqu'à 4h de l'après-midi. The only thing is there's no well, no, that's not true. There's a lunch, mais c'est pas payé.
C'est pas grave.
Fait que normalement, tu fais de 7 à 3, but because your hour of lunch is not paid, you're doing 7 to 4.
Exactly. It's okay.
I'm blessed because I can leave the house at 6:05.
Je pense que c'est tard.
Well, I make it at 6:51. We'll see how it goes. But basically, it's a good job. The boss is nice. I met le gérant. They're looking for two people. Jacob recommended me because he said he worked in this before. You remember when I used to work for la pharmacie?
Oui.
I was cleaning the product.
Uh-huh.
I was also in the fridge.
Okay.
That's why Jacob recommended me. Now, I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know si c'est un freezer or a frigidaire.
Je ne sais pas.
I don't know.
Tu vas voir.
Yeah. There's a code. There's a code.
They're gonna give you a code.
I have a code. It's c'est un petit code. You know when you go to the store, you go to la boucherie,
Oui.
they're wearing like a white coat.
Okay.
C'est similaire.
Okay. All right.
C'est tous des produits, par exemple, Nature Valley, c'est tous des produits, it's all in boxes, c'est vraiment un entrepôt pour les, c'est pour, how did he say it?
So make
What
Jacob proud of you.
they said
okay?
what? They said sablés?
Ouais.
Sobli?
Ouais. Sobi.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently they give food to Loblaws and Provigo.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's pretty
So
much it.
anyway, so make Jacob proud
Yes,
of you, okay?
yes. The salary is good too, ma. The salary is good. C'est 19,7 par heure.
Ok, parfait, ça.
That's way more than you do.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's okay.
C'est parfait. So my first day is on Monday. The good thing is I went there at 10 o'clock, so I know exactly how much time it took me. And I went back from je suis parti à 11h40. I was home at 12:52.
No, but in the morning it's faster, but essaye de prendre l'autobus, je ne sais pas parce que toi tu as un autobus jusqu'à Quel métro?
Lionel Gros.
Oui, c'est ça.
But Lionel Gros is super fast because Lionel Gros, it's only 2 metro stations until the Savane.
Ouais, ça, je sais. OK.
But it's super nice, mama. It's super nice. It's very
Okay.
professional, very clean.
OK.
The people, they seem nice, but again, they didn't. I wasn't there for the people. A couple of people said hi.
OK, doesn't matter. You do your job,
Yep.
be nice, be calm, and that's it.
Ouais.
That's it.
Le patron s'appelle Ronald.
OK. Maintenant, toutes les affaires que je t'ai données, c'est correct?
Oh my god, there was so much. There was so much. It was so good. I was a bit worried because I saw the chicken and I was like, holy fuck, I have to eat it quick.
No, it doesn't matter. I just bought it, so you have
Okay.
2 days.
2 days,
Okay?
perfect. So today, yesterday, j'ai fini la poutine.
OK.
Today, I ate the second portion of the poutine.
OK.
Tomorrow, I'll do the chicken.
Yeah, because the chicken, it's okay. It can stay in the fridge parce que je l'ai acheté juste avant-hier.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so you have at least 6 days, 7 days in
Oh,
the fridge.
we have a situation, maman.
What?
Le 7, c'est samedi.
Okay, alors c'est pour cela que je t'ai dit.
I may be
Yes,
working
something.
on I may be working on weekends.
Exactly, it doesn't matter. I'm working on weekend. I'm working
Okay.
the whole fucking weekend.
No, I know.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay.
That is perfect. So I'll let you know how it goes, but I'm super excited, ma.
Okay. Did you tell your father?
No,
Okay. Maybe you should tell him.
non, je m'en fous.
Okay.
Je m'en fous.
All right.
Je m'en fous, ma. He doesn't deserve it.
Anyway, good luck.
So the set.
Just good luck.
Yep.
Be calm. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine.
Yes. I'm sorry about yesterday too. It's just, tu comprends, c'est, I'm trying really hard and it's,
I know, Stéphane, mais tu dois comprendre que lorsque je te parle et je te dis quelque chose, Stéphane, c'est pas pour moi bien parce que moi
I-
je suis, I'm sad.
yeah, I understand, mama, but you talked to me and right after it solely talked to me and I just felt like I should be happy because I just made an effort to find a job, but after that I felt bad because I was like, fuck, I tried and it wasn't good enough.
No, it is good enough. No, I didn't tell you that. I didn't tell you that at all.
Okay.
I did not tell you that.
Anyway,
All I said to you, anyway, it doesn't matter now. We have a job. You're gonna try it.
Yep.
Do your best.
Yep.
Let Jacob be proud of you.
Yep.
That's it. That's
Yep.
all I said. Okay?
That's perfect.
Okay.
I'm excited because Jacob, you know what he said?
No.
Because he brought me there. So Jacob brought a couple of people, and he gave me a little push. He said I told you I was looking for work.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
C'est génial, maman. And I don't know if I'm gonna have I don't know I have a good salary. I have good hours. C'est 35 heures semaine.
Y a pas de problème.
I don't know if they're gonna be avantage or assurance.
Mais ça c'est pas important pour le moment.
Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll tell you how it went on Saturday, but I'll call you tomorrow, no problem.
No, I'm working tomorrow. Don't.
Okay, so I'll
Just
call you
text
Saturday.
me.
Today's
Hello?
Thursday.
Hello?
Oh no, not again. This fucking
Hello?
phone is bullshit.
Hello?
She hung up. Fuck that.
Passe de chier, mon nom, gros. Oui, hostile, gentil.
Yay, baba.
Oui, Chris, ton doigt, tu le baisses dans l'écran. T'as même pas le droit de parler, même pas le droit de me pointer l'écran. Oh, je reste le si quand tu mets un bébé lion à 5 ans et puis dis-moi, tu mets des Chris des pubs de du fucking cool dans ma story. On est 183, fendez-moi les chiens, man. Merci, Dieu. On aide Dieu, guys, en équipe. On aide Gino, on aide tout le monde, 2 personnes avec une rose.
Ouais, ferme-la ta gueule, Natacha, te le dis encore une fois. Fois 2, gang. On va activer le speed, OK? On pourra plus parler bientôt. 2 roses, gang, 2 roses.
Oui, ferme-la,
What the hell?
Ah, ta gueule, Charlier! Ta gueule! Tu sais que Catan, ben, qui faisait jamais ici, ben là, tu l'as eu dans les dents. Hein? Tu l'as eu dans les dents. Moi, dans tes dents de lait de petite soupe au lait. Non, soupe tomate, soupe tomate. Pas de pleurer, décalisse! Tu vas bien, quoi? Tu vas pleurer, quoi? Oh, regardez les yeux! Oh! J'ai des enfants!
On a pas de poisson, gang.
Ta gueule! Regarde, regardez-les, il est sur le bord des larmes! Il est sur le bord des larmes! Hey, toi, t'es calé, ça se rapproche pas vite. Je te le dis, la prochaine fois que tu te rapproches, tu l'as dans les dents. M'as-tu compris? Là, en attendant, là, décalisse! Gros Charlier, je vais te prendre la gueule, man. Décrisse! Mais quel est le côté, sacrément, la bédaine, elle fait camper par en avant, sa casquette, il n'y a même pas sur sa calvitie, tellement qu'elle est grande reluisante. Décalisse! Ça serait drôle, en tout cas, de te faire voyer
vieille shit, la merde. Battery is low. Battery is good. Battery is good.